All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Gonna be shipping out some orders this morning. I don't have too many going out. I think I only have 6 going out on eBay from yesterday. Let me look really quick. Yeah, 6 orders going out on eBay. Lots of bread and butter going out. We are didn't list anything yesterday. We are gonna start consistently listing today. I think Kayla already has done 10 or 20 drafts for me to publish. So those will get put out here right after this live. I got to make a couple calls for the solar company, and then I'll be doing listings for the rest of the day. So that way we can get this stuff consistently listed. We have so much stuff to list, but we just haven't been consistently listing. So that's one reason why sales aren't as good as they used to be. But if you don't know, today is the last day before Q4. So October, November, December, those are when you make most of your sales. So if you're not listing, get listing because it's about to start getting crazy, especially mid-November. That's usually when you start seeing a huge uptick in sales. And then all the way through mid-December's, like that's the prime time. Get all your stuff listed right before then. You'll probably see us selling a lot more during that time, and then also doing a lot more whatnot shows because that's prime time for whatnot too. So we'll probably end up doing like 3 to 4 shows a week during that period of time. Probably nighttime shows, and we'll probably do like pop-up shows during the day because that's the time of the year that people are out there buying, getting some Christmas gifts. So get your stuff listed. This is like slow period, but even though it's slow right now, you should still get your listings up because you want them up before Christmas time. So what's up, Juliet? What's up, Lily? What's up, Trisha? Angel's in the house. Morning, Sue. Visiting my mom. Just popped in and say hello. What's up, Trisha? Tell mom I said hi. What's up, Katie? Zach's in the house. Appreciate everybody hopping on in today. Appreciate everybody hopping over to TikTok yesterday. TikTok was fun yesterday. I think I gained like 75 followers on TikTok on my new account yesterday, which is pretty good for TikTok wise reselling content. If you're not doing TikTok shop, you're not going to gain that many followers in like a day. So appreciate everybody tapping over there too. All right, let's get started. Today's live is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be pulling the orders and shipping them out on the same live. I got to close this door because Joey's about to come in. I can hear them. I can hear the door. But yeah, I'm going to pull the orders and ship them all in one live so you guys are going to be able to see the whole entire process. I don't have a way yet to have a camera angle to like show like closer pulling, but you guys will see me walk back there and grab the stuff. So it does the same thing. Back on YouTube, join TikTok set. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, let's get started. Lots of bread and butter sold yesterday. We'll start with something that sold during yesterday's live, but I didn't ship it out. I'm going to ship it out today. 2646. 2646 right here in the front. Look at that. I like it when they're in the front. 2646. This is not a Lululemon. It's like Lululemon. This is an Athleta sports bra. We got this at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. We paid $8 for this. Sold for $27 over on eBay. Little retail arbitrage pickup right there. Yesterday was my most sales ever. Let's go. Nice. Let's go. I'll take that. You're going to start seeing a pickup in sales for sure. Where did she put my scale? Did she move my scale? I might have to guess weights today. Where did she put it? Oh, there it is. It's down here. I wonder why she stuck it down here. There it is. All right. That just went into a poly bag. I always get asked where I get these poly bags, and those bags, the clear bags that you guys see behind me, those are linked in my link tree in my bio. So if you ever need shipping supplies, they're always linked there. They're Amazon. If you have a Prime account, you'll get free shipping, all that good stuff. So appreciate the roses. All right, this one's going to ship for 9 ounces. By the way, the post office carrier did come to my house yesterday, and they did pick up all the packages without complaining. So that is a great sign. That is a great sign. All right, that one's shipping out. Oh, oh no, never mind. We're good. I thought it might have been on a different printer. I had 3 Mercari sales this morning. So strange. That is strange. I think Mercari's doing, Kim, I think Mercari's doing a coupon right now for clothing. So that's probably why you're seeing an uptick. Most likely it was all clothing sales. I think people can get like 15% off if they use like the Mercari coupon. So that's probably why you're seeing an uptick. I saw an uptick this weekend too. I think I shipped out 2 Mercari sales, which is odd because I don't really get that many Mercari sales. What's up, Nancy? Do you still do live thrifting? We do. We haven't done it in a while, but we're going to bring it back probably next week. But we do it not on TikTok, we do it on Whatnot, and then we multicast it to Facebook and YouTube. So I would do it on TikTok, but you can't multicast. So I'd rather do it on Whatnot, and then if anybody sees anything they like, they can just purchase from me. So make sure you're following my Whatnot or following Facebook or YouTube. That's where you'll see me do those at. 6551, really bread and butter item right here. 6551, right here. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren basic polo shirt. Nothing crazy about this. I actually got this in a wholesale buy. So I don't really buy these normally when I go to thrift stores, unless they're like super cheap, like $1 or something. I might pick these up. But this is just a basic blue men's Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt. Because it was in the bulk buy, I just decided to list it instead of donate it. Sold for $17.99 plus ship. I didn't pay much for this in the bulk buy at all. But like I said, I don't usually pick these up, so don't pick them up. What's your Whatnot? All my social media is all the same. It's, oh, you're on. Never mind. I got to remember that I have a different name on my side TikTok account. It's Kway Shop. Kway Shop on all platforms. Here on TikTok, the reason I'm on this account is because my main account is live banned. So I can only go live on this account. But if you want to follow me on TikTok too, it's Kway Shop on TikTok as well. It's the same Kway, and then instead of live, it's shop. Easy to find. 9 ounces. That one's going for $5.51. Do you have to schedule a pickup? I did. I've talked to the mailman. I think eventually I won't have to schedule them, Sean, because I've talked to them. But for like the next like 2 months, I schedule it out till I think the end of October. So from now until the end of October, Monday through Friday, they get a little scan sheet, and they have to come to my house and pick it up. So what's up, Blended? So yeah, if you move, I'd highly suggest that until you talk to the mailman. Once you talk to them, what they're probably going to do is create a carrier alert card, and then they'll file it into their mail when they're doing their case mail in the morning. And for all the new people that do their routes, it'll say like, hey, this house has a pickup, usually has about 20 packages. Make sure you stop by the front door or something like that, or the back door if I decided to put all the packages back here. But yeah, until then, just make sure you do the fill out. It's super easy to do. You just go on USPS.com, schedule a pickup. You can schedule out for months in advance. I think you can go like, I want to say 90 to 120 days in advance. You can schedule pickups. Now you do have to tell them, appreciate the heart me's. You do have to tell them like, how many packages you're going to have every day. What I do is I just average it out. On Whatnot days, we usually have like 50 to 70. And then on like Mondays, we usually have like 50 to 70 because we have eBay orders and we also have Whatnot orders. And then throughout the week, we have like today, we're going to have 6. So I just average it out to like 30 a day. And that's what I tell them I have. You end up liking the rolling rack you purchased off Amazon. This one, not this one. This one's the old one. This one right here, yes, it's amazing. I love this thing. I have another one too. I got to build still, but it rolls super easy. On Sundays or Saturday's show, we had 70 items on the top rack. This thing was not bending at all. If I put 70 items on that little Target rack, that thing would have snapped in half. It's beautiful. It's all metal, so you don't have to worry about it bending. Yeah, I'm going to put it to the test this weekend. We're going to do a 150 item show, and I'm going to try to stick 150 items on one of those racks, which if I can do that, that would usually I have to take 3 of the Target racks to do that. I'm going to be able to use 1 of the metal racks to do that, which would be crazy. So appreciate all the love over here on TikTok. I'm missing all your comments and stuff. This is better I forget. Yeah, I'm over here on TikTok land. Where do you get the cardboard filling boxes? Linktree and my bio. Products we use on a daily basis. They're 28 by 8 by 8. If you click on the boxes, it's really simple. They're going to look exactly like these boxes. Click on that box link. It'll take you to the exact boxes we use. So Linktree in my bio. You're watching on Facebook though. See, I got a violation warning. Oh, I can't talk about. Who cares? I don't care if I get banned over here. Yeah, if you go to my, how am I going to word this so I don't get in trouble for the live on TikTok? I don't know how you guys get it, or somebody in the chat can answer me or answer it, because TikTok doesn't like me pushing people to my bio, which is quite weird. TikTok needs to fix that. Look out for polos with patterns. Sold one floral print for $60. Yes. Polo Ralph Lauren with the all over prints. Those are easy money. Do they scan them right away for you? I don't know if they scan all of them because I'm rural now, so technically they only have to scan 5, but I believe he scanned all of them, so I believe he did. Blink and Lio. Okay, maybe that'll work. Blink and Lio. So stupid. I wish TikTok would fix their rules. That's such a stupid rule. Literally, I'm on the other 2 platforms and they don't give a damn if I say that, and TikTok does. Very weird platform. All right. Barefoot Dreams 5548. 5548. Be right here. 5548. This is a Barefoot Dreams New It Tag sweater. This is what it looks like right here. Barefoot Dreams New It Tag sweater. $35 what we sold this for. I don't remember what we paid for it because I don't have it for some reason in my custom SKU, but if I'm guessing it's probably gonna be like right around 10 bucks. Thrifted this, 35 bucks, Barefoot Dreams. You're gonna start seeing a lot more of these sell because it's winter time. So this is the time of year that everybody loves to wear Barefoot Dreams. We're probably gonna do a Barefoot Dreams live because I do have quite a few people that are reaching out with Barefoot Dreams, all different sizes. And right when we have that first cold snap, we'll probably do a whatnot with Barefoot Dreams. What's going on? Appreciate you hopping in. So that's what the violation warning was about. I didn't get it. I got a warning the other day for that, and I was trying to figure out what it was for, but it must be the link. I might have to type it out. Have one of you type it out. Because that's what it's about. Man, TikTok is so strict. So strict. All right, this one's going out for 15 ounces. Have it for 2 pounds. I only charge the buyer $7 shipping, which is good because it's probably only going to be right around $7. $6.49 for shipping on this. So I'll make about 50 cents on shipping. And that's perfect because I had it for 2 pounds. So sometimes when I do 2 pounds, I set it to 10. No, I don't want to do it live. Please review how to look up going price of an item, how many are for sale, how many are sold. I can do that right now for you. Let's do, what item should we look up? What brand should we look up, chat? What's a good, like, high sell-through rate brand? Name one in the chat. Whoever names the first one that I think will work for this, I'll look it up for you, and I'll show you how to look it up. Are you listing directly in Nifty? I am. I'm going to make a video here probably this week, Melissa, showing my whole listing process. Polo doesn't have like a high sell-through. That's the only thing. Coogee, Faraday, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren doesn't have a high sell-through. I want something with a really high. I know of a couple brands. I just want one from the chat. Because yeah, if I look up Ralph Lauren polo shirts, they're not going to show a good sell-through. Vuori. All right, let's look up Vuori. I'm going to try to find a specific Vuori piece too. Because I know there's a couple different styles. And with Vuori, if you put in the style name, it's really good. So if you're watching on TikTok, head over to Facebook or YouTube really quick for this. Because I can show it on this screen, but you're not going to be able to see the full screen. Over there, they can see my full screen. So if you want to watch how to look this up, head over there. So let's do this. Vuori Sunday Performance Jogger. That's got to be a specific Vuori piece. So I'll make sure everything's good over here. Okay. Vuori Sunday Performance Jogger. Now, if you find a Vuori piece, the best way to find out what style it is there's a style number on the inside tag of most Vuori pieces. As long as the tag is still in there, you'll be able to find this exact item. So let's go over to pre-owned. Currently in pre-owned condition, there's 2,291 listed. So you're going to click on that. It's going to bring you back to the top of the page when you're on the computer. If you're on the phone, you'll be fine. And then you'll come over here and hit sold. And now you're going to scroll back down to pre-owned, and you're going to see that there's 1,920 listed, meaning there's almost 100% sell-through rate on this item. It's about probably like 90%, somewhere around 90% is what this is based off quick math in my head. And you can see what these are going for. They're going for right around 40 bucks. So if you add that, the performance jogger, the Sunday performance jogger in there, you're going to get a different look. Make sure you add specific styles into your search because you're going to get a better result, and then you add those into your title because there are people that know Vuori, so they look right for that Sunday performance jogger and they'll find the one you're looking for. If you don't put Sunday performance jogger, then they probably will never find your item, or your item will be buried in search. It won't be at the top. But as you can see, 50, 40, 50 bucks is what you're going to get for these. This person probably sold theirs very fast because they're under market, which if they got it for like $1 at the bins, who cares? They're making good money on it. But I wouldn't list something with almost 100% sell-through at $25 when I can get $40 for it. Now, if this was like a 20% sell-through item, there's, what would that be? 200 listed, or 200 sold and 1,000 listed, then that's an item that I might price down here. But if it's closer to 100%, meaning there's like 2,000 listed and 2,000 sold, then you're going to want to list higher. You don't want to list lower because then you're limiting yourself on the amount of money you can make on your item because it'll still sell fast. So yeah, Roback was a good one. Arc'teryx was a good one too. All right, let's pull the next order. I see a bunch of questions in the chat too. Let me get to those. South Pole baggy jeans. Yeah, vintage South Pole. Make sure you put the words vintage in there because the newer baggy jeans, they don't sell for like the vintage ones do. I can't even manage to sell 5 items I have of my sons. I love watching these though. Yeah, Lori, I would price, if you have your son's items and they're not moving, price them low because most likely your son's items aren't items that sell fast. They're just items you had around your house. So therefore, price them low, price them to sell, and then you go find some items at the thrift store that do sell fast. That's what I would do. Just take that money and use it for something else. When you put information in the SKU field in Nifty, does it show on your eBay? Yes, it does. I just tested this last week because right now when we're doing our listings, we're immediately putting our items away and we're putting the custom SKU into Nifty. And then as soon as we list the items, that SKU ends up on the eBay custom SKU. So when I pull orders in the morning, I can either use my phone or I can use Nifty to pull the orders. Usually I just use my phone and go on eBay to pull my orders because it's much faster for me personally. But if you wanted to pull them from your screen and pull them right off Nifty like I'm doing right now, you could do that too. So yes, it puts all that information right in there. I meant to highlight your comment too. Do you use eBay research tool? Not really. I just use eBay 90 day. The only time I use the research tool is if it's something that I can't find any information for. Do you still do Whatnot? I do. Go follow us on Whatnot. K-Way Shop. We just did a show last weekend. We have a big show this weekend. We have, I think, the next 8 weeks of shows lined up. So, inherited my uncle's estate. Lots of Bradford Exchange and Danbury Mint. Very slow moving. Yes. Yes. They are very slow moving. There's some that are worth really good money, but most of the time, super slow. Super slow moving. Thoughts on Carhartt? I feel like they sell better on Whatnot than they do on eBay. Yeah, I mean, if you set up a Whatnot show with just Carhartt, you're gonna attract just those Carhartt people. Where if you put it on eBay and you have it mixed in with all of your items, they're gonna be harder to find. So yeah, maybe that's the reason why they're selling better on Whatnot. Also, keep in mind that newer Carhartt pieces, they're at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. They're at Ross. So those are really taking a hit on resale value. You're not going to be able to sell a pair of Carhartt shorts with cargo pockets like you would have back in 2020 and 2019. Like you would be able to get 35 for those. Nowadays, it's hard to get 20 for those because they're just all over the place. They're all over those discount stores. So be careful with those. Yes, on Posh shows when you print out the label. I'm missing the first part of that comment. I haven't done a Posh show yet. I was thinking about doing a Poshmark show, but their fees are too high. I mentioned that in one of my posts. Poshmark needs to lower their fees so they compete with Whatnot. Otherwise, there's no point of anybody doing a show on Poshmark when you can just load up a show on Whatnot and grow an audience on Whatnot and pay 12% less fees. So Poshmark really needs to fix that. So it's got a lot of Vietnam patches and pins. Those can be really good too. Is anybody putting their store on vacation mode and then getting an increase in sales afterwards? Typically, I see a decrease in sales, not an increase. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Do you know why Poshmark switched to ground advantage shipping? Because it was going to be more expensive. From what I heard, priority was going to be like, I think it was going to be like $11 was going to be the new Poshmark charge per item. So just imagine somebody came in your store and bought a $20 shirt and they're charged $11 or $12 to ship that shirt. Like nobody would be buying from Poshmark. So that's why they went ground advantage, because ground advantage shipping will be cheaper. And I think the post office is trying to phase out priority and just bring in ground advantage. Because why do they really have 2 services? They should just have 1 service. I get why they have ground advantage, because those items have to stay on the ground. So like batteries and things like that have to be on the ground. But instead, they should just use hazmat packaging for that and tell everybody if they have a battery or a lithium battery, whatever, put a hazmat on that. And then ground could either go ground or in the air and just get rid of priority altogether. Because, yeah. And also, I'm hearing a lot of people say that, I see this all the time in posts and stuff, that the post office is making those packages specifically for Poshmark. That is false. They make the packages literally where they make these. They make the ground advantage packages. The same facility they use to make these, they are making the ground advantage packages. So they are not specifically made for Poshmark. When I order mine, I will definitely be using mine to ship out eBay, Whatnot, all those orders, because they're literally a post office branded item. It doesn't say Poshmark anywhere on the thing. So as long as you put the proper weight label on it, you should be perfectly fine. There's a lot of misinformation out there, but those are made by the post office for the post office, not made by the post office specifically for Poshmark. They're opening it up to more platforms. So Poshmark was one of the first that got like the big push from it. but it's not specifically just made for Poshmark. So just keep that in mind. If you do use them, feel free to. My sister works at the post office. She's seen these packages for, she said, the last year. She's seen these boxes and bags. So other services are already using them. So why wouldn't you be able to use them on eBay? Just doesn't make any sense. 5976 is the next one. 5976. It's actually really cool out here this morning, chat. It's nice. It's nice. Joey's outside, I think, picking weeds with mommy. It is a super, super nice morning. Polo Ralph Lauren. I sell one of these every single day. This is just a men's large plaid. There's nothing crazy about this. Just a simple plaid shirt. Sold for $20.70. $20.70. Yeah, the number to order them is on blog.poshmark.com, I believe. You have to go to Posh Blog. Just type in Poshmark blog on Google and it'll pull it up. Yes, on Posh Shows it shows when you print out the label. Gotcha. Yeah, I want to try a Poshmark show, but I just don't want to pay the fees. I do not want to pay 20% in fees. And typically you're not going to sell your items for full price on those shows. So you're losing even more money. It just doesn't make sense why they don't compete with Whatnot directly and drop the fees to 8% or even lower than that, say like 6%. Be like, if you sell something on live, you get to pay 6% fees. If you sell something in your store, you pay 20%, and that'll like entice more people to go to the live selling too. I don't know. I'd love to just talk with some of the higher ups at these platforms and just like get in their head. eBay reached out to me too to make a video for them. I did respond, but I'm probably not going to do the video because the video is not reselling related. It's closet clear out related. So they want me to make a video on like, hey, go into your closet and find this Lululemon, and this is how you list it on eBay, and this is how you sell it. But it's like, that's not my style. I'm not just going to do a video just to get paid, because this doesn't make any sense for it won't do good on my platform. So why would I do it? So I'm going to talk to them about that too and be like, hey, do you guys want to like partner and like show people how to sell on eBay? Because I'd love to do those videos. I'd probably do them for free. Just, you guys can promote it. I'd just rather do those videos instead of like clear out videos and do like a commercial. It's kind of, I don't know. And you have to do it a specific way. It just doesn't make sense to me. Boom. Is your Whatnot inventory separate from your listed packed inventory? It is for now until Nifty creates the cross lister for Whatnot, and then I'll have everything listed over there. I do use Vindu. I haven't used it in a while to cross list my stuff over there. That's the only platform currently that has it. I hear List Perfectly might have it here pretty soon too. Be able to cross list to Whatnot. I'm really just waiting for Nifty. Nifty just needs to focus on that and bring that in. That'd be insane because I'd be able to sell everything. Appreciate all the follows over on TikTok. So you guys are going crazy over here. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Appreciate you, Casey. By the way, if you guys are new on TikTok, I used to do this a long time ago. TikTok used to be my top platform. And then they bananaed me for live. So then I moved over to Facebook and YouTube. So I'm finally coming back a little bit to TikTok. I don't know for how long, because I've already got 3 warnings on the live. So who knows how long I'll be here, but I appreciate you guys hopping on over. So it's trying to answer Luis's question. Oh, got you. Okay, you're trying to, appreciate you trying to help. My bad. I'm like all over the place. I run a Posh show, and yes, they're killing me on fees. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. They have they actually have right now, they have an advantage over Whatnot. With the price of their shipping, they have an advantage over Whatnot. The fact that anybody can bundle an unlimited amount for whatever the price is, like $7 or something, whatever the new shipping price is, that's insane. Like they literally could take the market share away from Whatnot if they just drop their fees. Like, I wish I could just get into one of the execs' ears. Why is TikTok jamming you? The reason is I have no clue. They've gave me 2 warnings because I say go to my you know what and click on the you know what's, and if I say that, then they just give me they don't want people going off platform. It's probably because they have a whole bunch of those. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. You guys probably know, if you're on TikTok long enough, you see the other lives, the inappropriate lives. That's probably why they do that. So yeah, I go follow the other platforms. If I get bananaed here, I'll just be live over there. I'll just build up another one, I guess. All right, next one is 566. And I'm not gonna say the other number because it's bad. I can't say them in a row. There we go. I'll let you see it. These actually sell pretty good. I used to not pick these up, but these are Tommy Bahama Coconut Point. So the Coconut Point is like a polyester stretchy one. And this is a men's 2XLT, so that definitely helped it sell. I didn't personally pick this up. This was purchased in a bulk buy locally from my bulk buy guy. He goes out and buys a bunch of stuff. I pretty much buy whatever he brings to me. And I was like, when I first saw this, I was like, eh. I paid him $5 for this. This sold for $22.50. I just picked up another one from him too. So we'll see how fast that sells. When he finds these, he usually only picks them up in big and tall sizes for me because those sell the best. So be on the lookout for them. Coconut Point. It's an unlimited amount. Now, I used to do Posh Live and anything over 5 pounds. They took $5 from me. Well, it's unlimited for the buyer. That's what I mean by that, Jen. It's unlimited for the buyer. So if the buyers keeps buying from you, they can keep buying. And that's the advantage that they have over Whatnot, is after 5 pounds on Whatnot, I can still continue to charge the customer. Whereas Poshmark, I don't think there's a way to charge the customer after 5 pounds. So somebody who comes in and gets a bunch of deals off me, they're not only going to get a bunch of deals, but then they're going to get a huge deal on shipping, because if they buy 15 items from me, they're only paying like $7. That's like $7 for shipping for 15 items. And then I eat the rest of the cost is like wild. But again, like how you said, they take $5 additional. So they're already taking 20% fees, and then they're also taking $5 additional for every pound or whatever that is, whatever their thing is. That's wild to me. That's too expensive for the seller. That's way too expensive. That's just a money hungry platform at that point. Doesn't make sense. 20% fees already just don't make sense. They're promoted closet. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know of anybody who actually uses promoted closet and does a really good job with it, because it's pay per click. Pay per click never is good for thrifted items. It's only good for like if you have like wholesale and you're able to get the same items in over and over again. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. The whole platform doesn't make any sense. And they're tanking right now, and they should be on the rise because they have so much going for them too. Received 100 padded and ordered 50. Let's go. That's a W right there. The padded envelopes look really good. The Ground Advantage ones look really, really good. Better off shipping the overage on your own than paying Posh. Yeah. But I think after they get over 5, it automatically charges you for that. So there's no way to avoid that. You can't just, especially on a live show. But yes, if you're shipping yourself, it would. But you have to be careful with that, because the person could say they never received their other items from their package, and then you're out that money. So you got to be careful. I know Chris has had like a huge bundle before where it maxed out on all the Poshmark shipping, and then he had to still ship the rest in a UPS box. Somebody bought like, I think it was like 40 items from his Poshmark closet before. But you have to be really careful with that, because they got to release the funds for that. Also, I think over a certain amount now, it has to go to Poshmark first and then to the buyer. I think it's over like a certain dollar amount. So if they don't receive all the items, then they won't pay you out for them. So just sold a Todd Snyder wool vest. My first time finding that brand. Todd Snyder is so good. Todd Snyder Champion collab. Good. Look out for it. How should we prep for Q4? List as much as you can. And right now, good question. Right now, order as much supplies as you possibly can. If you're low on priority supplies and use a lot of priority supplies, if you buy a lot of the poly bags and you're kind of getting low on these, order as much as you can, because right around Christmas time, especially if you're ordering post office supplies, the post office gets backed up, and then you're trying to order supplies, and their first priority is to get all the packages that people shipped into them out to the customers, not give you your priority supplies or your Ground Advantage supplies. So what I would do is I'd order a bunch right now. Get ready, because within the next month, that whole system is going to get jammed up. I'm calling it right now. In a month, there's going to be people on this live saying, my package has been stuck in transit for 3 weeks and they don't know where it is. And I've had 4 of those happen. It's going to happen, because the post office always is late to prepare. Like right now, they should be hiring people, and I know for a fact they're not hiring people. They hire people mid-November, and then they try to train them during the busiest time of the year. It makes absolutely no sense, but that's post office for you. So just be careful. Order all your stuff right now, and then get all your stuff listed as much as you can, especially winter items. They're not really selling super fast right now, but they will within the next couple weeks. What's up, Amy? It's really hard to deal with it comes to shipping. I sold 30 items to one buyer and she paid only 1 shipping. I shoulder the rest. Hi. Yeah. With the additional fee, it just doesn't make any sense. If you're not trying Whatnot, try Whatnot. Whatnot is better for you in that circumstance. I know it's going to be hard to move your audience from that platform to the other platform, because you can't really talk about your move on the platform while you're on live. But if you hint to it, just let people know you're moving over. I would give Whatnot a try, because there's more live buyers on Whatnot. And you're also not going to hit with those crazy fees and the crazy shipping fees too on top of it. So my sales on Posh have been going crazy since they lowered the shipping. I knew it would. I mean, Why wouldn't the sales go up when they're paying less in shipping fees, right? So just makes sense. All right, last item is a real bread and butter item. Actually, it's a good item, but I had to list it low because it had a flaw. 4938. 4938 should be down here and should be right here. And I like that I'm kind of showing you guys how to pull items too, because I think a lot of people think it takes forever to pull items, but as long as you have an inventory system like this, it really shouldn't take that long at all. Just like you saw right there, it only took me a couple seconds to just find the item number, go over there and grab the item and come back. So if you don't have an inventory system, I'd highly suggest either this one or the bin system. Those are the two that I would say are the best. I need to get a whatnot more and build the crowd. Yes, it does take some time to build the crowd, so keep that in mind. So last item, I know you just got here. I only had 6 today, Amy. It's like a slow day in sales. That's why I'm talking a lot, because otherwise I'd be off in like 5 minutes. Harley Davidson. This is a good Harley Davidson piece. It does have like an eagle on the front. I think it does have a hit on the back. But the only issue was this one had stains on it. I tried to get them out, but they didn't. But with Harley Davidson, it's like Carhartt. Even with stains and flaws, these things will still sell. So this one sold for 18 bucks. I had it for 20. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. So I think I got this in a bulk buy. I can't remember where I got this at actually. Probably didn't pay too much for it. If I did, I'm basically making my money back on this because I didn't see that it had stains or flaws. But at least I sold it for 18. Got it out the door. Made a little bit of money. And yeah, didn't take a loss on it, because sometimes with the stains and flaws, people will just chuck the items. Kind of like that Pendleton post I made yesterday. If you saw that Pendleton post, I sold the Pendleton for 40 bucks and it had 2 small pinholes on it. Even with those pinholes, you're still going to get 40 bucks for a Pendleton piece, because Pendleton is known to have the little pinholes from like moths and like somebody sitting around a fire and a ash hits the wool. It'll cause a little hole in it, but you can still sell those. They're still worth it. Same with Carhartt. If you find like vintage Carhartt jackets with stains all over them, those will still sell. Are you running any promotions on your stores at the moment? Right now on eBay, I promote at 9%. So that's one promotion I do. If anybody buys more than $50 worth of items at full price, so if they do like buy like 2 Ralph Lauren shirts for $27.99, they put them in the same cart and they order them together, they automatically get 10% off. And if they order 2 or more items in my store, they get free shipping. So no matter how much they buy, they can buy 40 items from my store, free shipping for all 40 items, as long as they buy 2 or more. It entices people to buy more. And it really doesn't cost much more on eBay to throw them in a bag like this, ship them out together. Usually it's like right around $8. So I'm just taking like a $4 hit on both of those items. But yeah, that's the couple promotions that I have going right now. I'm probably going to lower my promoted to 7%. Probably mid-October, because you don't really need to promote more when more people are shopping anyway. So I'm going to drop it to 7%, but I'm going to keep the other 2 promotions going. So appreciate all the follows over on TikTok. Hopefully you guys liked the video from yesterday too. So my thought process on that video, I saw somebody else make a similar video and I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. Not only is it a good idea to make that video, but also it's really easy. Appreciate the heart me. It's also really easy to create that video because I don't have to do a voiceover. So it's just literally me pulling items. And it's like ASMR only, or like almost like ASMR. But the only thing I was thinking about was not doing the bloops. So let me know if the bubble pops get annoying, let me know, because I can take those out. I just felt like the bubble pops would like bring people's attention to the sold comps because I didn't really show the items while I was pulling them. But let me know how you guys feel about that. But that video was really fun to edit. It took me like an hour to edit that video because I had to put in all those bubble pops and everything. You only do clothing? Yeah, primarily clothing. I do some hard goods every now and then, but mostly clothing. Any suggestions or help feeling defeated? I have been listening. I think it meant listing on eBay every day and not sure if I'm pricing too low or high, but getting no movement at all. Alyssa, I think most of the time, actually, Alyssa, do you have your link to your eBay store? If you go to your eBay store, if you're on the computer right now, go to your eBay store, copy the link and put it in the chat, and I'll look over your store really quick. Most of the time it's because you're listing items that don't really sell well. It's not the fact that you're not pricing your items right, because you can price your items right. You can do all the research, but if nobody's buying your items, your items aren't going to sell. So I think that's mostly the issue with most people. They do the research, they see what things are listed at, they see what the couple sold at, but they don't realize there's 50 listed and 3 sold. So that means that item is just going to sit in your store forever before it actually sells. You list summer items now? Yes, I list summer items, especially right now. You want to get them out because otherwise they're going to sit in your store forever. You don't have a store? No, you like your eBay, you copy and paste your go to your eBay, your main like page, and copy and paste that into the. Actually, don't do that because you might give them. Most of the time, it's exactly what I just said. You're listing items that don't like sell frequently. You're not looking up what's listed versus what's sold. You're just looking up comps. You can look up comps all day, but again, if there's 50 listed and 3 sold, that means every 90 days there's 50 listed on eBay and only 3 sell. So only 1 sells per month. That's what you need to focus on, because that means out of those 50 items, even if you price at the bottom of the market, it's probably going to take you, I don't even know, 5 years to sell that item, probably more than that, probably 10 years to sell that item, even if you mark it at the, oh, there we go. Let me see if I can click on this. I got to go to my Facebook page to click on this. Let's look at this. Okay, hold on. You might hear my voice for a second right here. Let me make sure this, okay, it's muted. Got you. Hey, Peek's in the chat. Him and Penn Island. Oh, you deleted it. I was going to copy it. Put it back in the chat, and I'll copy and paste it into my thing. I don't think I can copy and paste it from here. No, I can't. Undelete it or put it back in again, and I'll copy and paste it. But yeah, that's mostly what you have an issue with. Can you please show where to get those bags for storage? Yes. You're on Facebook, right? Okay. You can also do this on TikTok too. That's what I'm going to show you guys. Oh, I got to remember how to do this. Flip camera. That's how you do it. Oh, look at me. You can see me. Okay. If you're over on Facebook, if you're on YouTube and TikTok, you just go up to where this part would be, like right here. You would click right here. That's where it is. Right here, you would go to this word right here. I can't say it because I'm on TikTok, but you go to this word right here. But over on Facebook, it's going to look like this. You're going to click on this right here. It's going to open up this page right here. You're going to click on this. That's going to open up a different tab. Once you are on this tab, you're going to go here and you're going to click right here. That's going to open up a separate tab. Then once you go to that tab, I know it's kind of too many tabs. I wish they would just open up pages instead of tabs. But then here, all the products we use on a daily basis are linked right here. So that rolling rack is right here. All the shipping supplies that we use are right here. The light box is right here. Everybody always asks about the boxes. The boxes are right here. And there's more items within these. So go to shipping products. The bags are right here. Those bags are here. I even have the boxes again right here. Label printers. I got a couple label printers in there. So all the products we use on a daily basis are going to be linked in that tree. They're going to be linked in the tree. I can't say the other word because TikTok will give me a warning, but you guys get it. They're all linked right there. And they're at the top. I know on Facebook it's kind of different because it's not in the BIO. It's like on a different area. Everywhere else it's in the BIO, if that makes sense. Oh, there we go. We got the eBay store. Hold on. I don't want to boost the post. What am I doing? Here we go. No problem. And that's also all the products we have, like Nifty and everything else is linked there too. So if you're ever looking for the discount codes, you can always just go there and find it. Oh no, that's going to bring up, yeah, you gave me the wrong link. It's going to bring up My Active. It should be on like your main eBay page. That's the link I need. We can do it another day too. If you come in and give me your page, but yeah, you gave me the active link. That'll give me My Active link too. What is whatnot? What's up, Scott? A day off, woohoo, not watching on my lunch break. Always wondered how to find the tree. Yeah, there's the tree. You found the tree. The tree of life. Yeah, me and Surfs, we've talked about doing more store reviews. So maybe I can talk to him today and we can do some more store reviews. This week we can do a store review live and then I can just like make fun of him the whole time because that's my favorite thing to do on those lives. We might be able to do it on here too. On TikTok, probably not. It wouldn't make sense to do it on TikTok. It'd be on Facebook and YouTube. So go follow me on Facebook and YouTube because that's where that live will be. But yeah, we can do that. Review surfs old pictures on the floors. No, I don't. I don't review old pictures. I review new pictures. He's a changed man. Yeah, story view. Yeah, we've done the story views before. You can actually go watch them. The replays. It's on my Facebook and on his Facebook. Maybe I'll talk to him because he mentioned it before we did the move that he wanted to do one, but then I got caught up in the move and I couldn't do it. So yeah, and then we can just make fun of each other, make inappropriate comments to each other, and you guys can laugh at us, and then we can laugh at us, and then we can all have fun together. I think that sounds like fun. Um, if you were a single guy with no responsibilities, that's been a long time since it's been like that. With no responsibilities, man, I'd have so much time on my hands. Oh, never mind. Don't send Caleb that portion of life. Besides a normal full-time job, how would you approach reselling? How hard would you go? If I knew what I knew now, like when you're a single guy with no responsibilities, you don't really understand the concept of work. You're just all having fun all the time. I think what most single guys do. Um, if I knew what I knew now, I would go so hard. Like I would literally I would have so much extra time. Like just like when I get off this live, I go inside and then Joe Bro's in there. He wants to play with me for like 30 minutes and then, lunchtime and then Kayla wants me to go run to the Publix to go get some stuff and then I got to fit in the listing into that. Like if I was a single guy, that's all gone. That's all completely gone. Like the only thing I got to worry about is feeding myself, bathing myself and going to work. And then I have like another 12 hours of the day to do whatever I want. Yeah, I would go extra hard. If you're one of those type of people right now and you're listening to this, you have so much time. Focus right now on just growing as much as you can. So that way when you do have family, when you do have kids, you have ample time to spend with them because you've already done all the building beforehand. Like if you could build an inventory system 3 times the size, you could probably do it in 5 times less time than it would take me to do it. And then once you have a family and kids, you have a big inventory system behind you, and then you just coast. That's what I would say. Do that. Yeah, but I don't know what that feels like. It's been a while. Me and Kayla have been together. We had our first baby, and we had Emelina when I was 20 years old, and I turned 21 the next month. So, and I've dated Kayla since I was 15. So I haven't been a single guy. No, was I 15 or 14? I might have been 14. Yeah, it might have been 14. So I've been dating Kayla since I was 14. I don't know what it feels like to be a single guy. I don't know what that feeling is. How do you do your whatnot shipping? I plan to make a video on that here pretty soon, but all my whatnot shipping is all priority. So it is ground advantage below a pound. So it'll go usually in one of these bags of below a pound, but anything above a pound goes priority shipping. And I just charge customer priority shipping. Reselling really is a game changer. Thanks to you and Surfs. Appreciate you, JMA. Appreciate you. If I had no husband, no kids, I would quit my job and go hard on. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I wouldn't quit my job right away, but I would work extra hard on all my days off and all my free time to just grow it. Just grow it. Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? You pay 7% on eBay. What other charges do they charge? eBay charges the regular seller fee. They charge a processing fee. In certain states, they charge I forget the name of it, but it's like a state tax charge that they have. And then you have your promotion fee. And then if you promote offsite, you have the offsite fee. There's lots of fees you could potentially pay, but those are pretty much the three I pay is my regular eBay fee, my promoted fee, and then the processing fee is like the three you pretty much get charged. How long do you keep in your store before donating? I don't ever donate. If I'm about to get rid of items, I'll just run them for $1 on Whatnot and get rid of them. I'd rather make a little bit of money than donate it, especially in my area. I don't get the coupons. If I got the coupons, maybe I would consider it, but I don't get coupons for donations. So I'd rather just run it on Whatnot for $1 and get it out the door. That's one good thing about Whatnot. If I needed $10,000 today, let's say I had a bill come up, like my kid broke their leg, God forbid, and I need to get $10,000 to pay for that broken leg. I could fire up a 6-hour Whatnot show and make 10 grand selling the stuff I had. I probably wouldn't even take 6 hours to make 10 grand, get all that money, and be able to use it for what I need. That's the benefit to Whatnot. Can't do that with eBay. Cannot do that with eBay. unless you did like a 50% off sale, but even then you probably still can do that on eBay. And then the good thing about Whatnot is as soon as I ship the items, the money's in my PayPal account, then I can take the money from the PayPal and yeah, I shouldn't say that word. I might get banned for saying that P word on TikTok. I thought they were required to give coupons. Who? I made 220 in 4 hours on Whatnot and thought it was killing it. That's still killing it. Don't compare yourself to other people. I think 220 in 4 hours is great. You can't do that on eBay. That is killing it. You should be proud of yourself for doing 220. And I think next year if you keep up with it, you could probably do $2,200 in 4 hours. You probably do $2,200 in 2 hours if you get the right inventory and you move it fast enough. How do you keep your garage cool? I don't have it yet, but I plan to get an AC unit. I actually need to figure it out what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to cut a hole in the garage door right there. And I'm going to vent the AC unit because the AC units all have, hot goes out the back, cold comes out the front. So you have to have a way to vent the hot air out. So I plan to just cut a hole down in the bottom, one right there. Make the actual line long enough to where when the garage door raises, it'll come all the way over here so I can still open and close the garage door. And then when I close it up, I turn the AC unit on, it just blasts. Good thing is within the next month or so, I won't really need AC out here. So I'll probably just bear with it for the next month or so. And then I'll get AC unit as soon as it starts getting hot again. But that's what I'll do. So that's what I'll do. Last day for store. Oh yeah, store coupons. If you have an eBay store and you haven't used your store coupon, I do have a link in my bio. If you click that link, it'll take you right to the eBay coupon page or the store supply page. Go through there, buy your store supplies because you only have today to the end of the day today to use those. So make sure you use them. I can't get a mini split. So Creekside, I thought about that, and I wanted to get a mini split, but my HOA has a rule that you're not allowed to put. You're not allowed to. How do they word it? You're basically not allowed to mount an AC unit. I think it's because they don't want the people with the AC units that stick them in their, windows and have it hanging out the window, and it just doesn't look good because all the house is pretty much like cookie cutter. So I can't do that. I could mount it on this wall behind me because it doesn't go to the outside, but then I have to run the line all the way from the back of the house to the front of the house where the dryer is. If I had a dryer out here, I would just mount it here and stick it right through the dryer vent, but the dryer's not in this room. I have a separate room for the washer and dryer. So I'm going to get a portable unit. Plus this room isn't that big, so I think a portable unit, I'll be able to cool it down pretty quick. But that's my issue because I've already thought about that mini split. Mini splits are great. They cool down your room really, really well. Also, this is insulated too, so I could run it all day and it won't the hot air won't go out of this room. It'll be nice and cool. Size of the shelves and boxes. Boxes are 28 by 8 by 8. They're, if you go earlier in the live where I just showed you the tree, go to the tree and they're linked there. The actual shelving units I got from, I think, Costco or Sam's a while ago. I can give you the measurements on them. They're pretty standard shelves. You can probably find them anywhere. They're 48 inches wide and 24 inches deep. And then you can get whatever height you need. So 48 by 24, 48 by 24. They're pretty standard shelves. And if you get the 28 by 8 by 8 boxes, you should be able to fit 5 on each row. And then just pick whatever shelf you want. I don't have them linked. I should probably put them in my link tree. I could probably find these exact shelves. I'll probably do that after this live. Find the exact shelves and stick them on my Amazon link tree. But yeah, no, I can't say link tree. Find them on the tree. Find them on the tree. Damn you, TikTok. I can't say all those words that I used to say all the time. Can't get a following on Whatnot. Been selling 4 years, 1 month. What time do you start? Best to sell. Okay, we'll finish the live off with this because I think this is good. This comes from TikTok, by the way. I think most of the time people fail at Whatnot because they are not consistent. They will fire up a Whatnot show with no advertising at all in the middle of the day and expect there to be 50 people in their live. You can't just fire up a Whatnot show. You just imagine if you opened up a store in the middle of town and you didn't tell anybody you were opening that store, and you just opened the doors and expected there to be 50 people waiting for your new muffin shop that you just opened up, right? Nobody would be there. Like, if you put it in that perspective, people are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, nobody would be at my store if nobody knew it opened. Same thing for Whatnot. If you're just doing a show on a random Tuesday and the next time your people see you, just imagine you open that muffin shop and you failed, and then you didn't open the muffin shop, you didn't open the doors again for another month. And then you expect the next time you open the doors, same thing happened. 50 people are going to file in. No, nobody's going to file in because nobody knows you just opened the doors again. But if you open that muffin shop and you go and you keep the doors open 2 times a week for the same 2 days at the same time, guess what? You'll start building an audience because people will know, hey, Philippa has her muffin store open at Tuesday at 9. She's only open from 9 till 11, so I got to be there between 9 and 11. And if they go the first time they had a good experience, they're going to come back and you're going to let them know, hey, next Tuesday I have the same exact time, same exact show, same exact items, come back, but I'm only open on Tuesdays. Now you have FOMO almost for the person. They got to come back because they got to see your items. So you got to keep that in mind. You can't just do them once a month or once every 3 months or once every, I've seen people do them like once every 6 months and be like, why is my whatnot not growing? It's because you're only doing them once every 6 months. Do them consistently and trust me, you'll build an audience. It's all about just like building social media. And that's why social media influencers have so much success on places like Whatnot, is because we understand you got to be live. You got to come back every single week. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and now TikTok 3 to 5 times a week. Everybody knows early in the morning, K-Way is going to be shipping on live. Come on in, ask questions, get your answers for free. You don't have to pay course or anything like that. It builds the audience, which helps me get people to watch my videos, which helps me get people to my Whatnot shows. Anybody watching this can do exactly what I'm doing. You just got to be consistent. Consistency is key, 100% key. Yes, please, link. I can't remember. Here, hold on. I'll put it in here right now. So that way it's easier for you guys over here. Boom, share your link, copy link. Here, it's right here. Alyssa, hold your store for me and Surfs. I'll remember your name. I'll do yours when me and Surfs do it because it's kind of late. I gotta hit the road here in a second. So, how much is Surfs course? Surfs course, he actually pays you because his voice is his voice is so annoying that he's just like, to get people in here, I have to pay them to be here. Yeah, me and Surfs joke about this all the time. If you ever notice, the last few Surfs videos on Facebook and Instagram that do really well are the ones without him talking. He's just showing the item and walking away. I tell people hate your voice, dude. Just stop talking, and you will be successful. You'll be the biggest reseller ever if you just stop talking. Yes, we'll do eBay store reviews. Me and Surfs, we'll do them together. And the whole time he won't talk. He'll just point. You guys should see we can't share our text messages because you guys would cancel us immediately. Some people wouldn't understand their jokes, but yeah, if you guys see our text messages, it's a funny time over there. Anyways, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate everybody over on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube hanging out. Make sure you like the live if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and you're watching on TikTok too. If you miss any part of the live, you can always go back on Facebook and YouTube and rewatch the live from beginning to end. I have thousands of lives, I think, at this point up. You can go back a year ago and watch a shipping live and compare it to today if you want to. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We do have a Whatnot show this weekend, so make sure you hop over to Whatnot. If you haven't signed up, if you go to the tree, if you hit the tree, you go in there. There's a branch in there. If you go on the branch and you sit on the branch, you get $15 for free. You can spend it over on Whatnot. So we'll be over there on Saturday. Hope to see you guys all there. We're probably gonna do a bunch of giveaways. I can't say that word on TikTok either. God, I'm gonna have to figure out how to say all these words again. People are gonna get, can't say free stuff either. You get it. There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff over there. So make sure you come out on Saturday. I do have plans to put out a YouTube video this week, the listing YouTube video. So be on the lookout for that. I just gotta edit it and all that stuff. And yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out, and we'll catch you later. Peace.